Let's get to work. Okay, so another project video for you guys. If you haven't seen it already, we got the comparison of the Viking cold steel Viking hand axe over against the Condor Greenland pattern axe, and then also the Creek Stewart. We did a function test with all three of them. What I found is this isn't really heavy enough to be a full-blown axe. Again, I pointed out the novelty of this piece too. And that it's not necessarily the most functional tool in its current configuration. If you notice, it's got a big old long 30-inch handle, and I kind of wanted to bring this down to more of the hatchet level or Tomahawk. So what I got was a replacement Tomahawk handle from Cabela's. They have their own carbon steel throwing Tomahawks from Missouri River brand. There's an issue with this particular one though, in that the contour of the handle does not match the cold steel head. So I'm going to do some modification to this thing to bring it back into kind of spec for that one, so that it'll seat a little bit higher up into here. And but I think this will probably function a bit better with the mass of that head, and then kind of bring the unwieldiness of it down to a more functional level. So stay tuned. So here's the difference I was talking about. You notice how far apart the spaces are there when it comes to the tip of this here. This is a little bit more extreme, and but this gives me a whole lot more material to work with, so I can actually adjust it to here. It's also got a nice, the taper is longer. If you notice on this one, it's almost flat the whole way up. This taper is longer, and will probably give me the opportunity to actually set the head a little tighter without having to use the set screw, which means that later on, if I bust this handle, I can get a new one without much, only having to repeat the work that I'm about to do. So stand by. So this gives us an idea of where we need to get to. I don't know if you can see. So right in here, that's about the gap that we need to do. So we're gonna probably taper it down a little bit farther from where we can see right here. We're gonna start the taper probably down here, come all the way up, and then I'd like it to fit so that I got about an inch, maybe an inch and a half on the top as it comes all the way up. This is a little bit, not a whole lot of handle. I got a whole lot of handle, but not the functional space where I want this head. So let's get to work. So as you can see, I've gotten quite a bit farther up the handle. I'm trying to maintain as much of the taper as I can, but solid, good looking taper on there. It fits on there really nice right now. I can see a couple of air gaps in between there, but I'm a rookie. So, but right now, yeah, that's definitely on there. I get a little wobble, but I've barely seated this thing on, and if I wanted to hit the set screw, I could. So, yeah, that's pretty savage. So, some other stuff I'm going to do to this, I'm actually going to strip the head. There's a clear coat on there. I'm going to blue it, and then I'm going to stain the handle kind of a walnut is the stain I've got from Birchwood Casey. So I'm going to give it a shot. And the same thing with the Super Blue is also Birchwood Casey. Good products for your guns, also for your Tomahawks and Viking axes. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to hit this with the stripper really quick. This is Jasco Primer Paint and Epoxy Remover. So this stuff is noxious. You do not want to touch it. So I'm going to put my gloves on really quick. And these are only barely a barrier for this stuff, because as soon as it hits this, it starts breaking these down too. So it's just giving you a fail-safe really quick before your fingers start burning. All right, so that'll do its work. So once I've stripped this, it's all done. It's ready for some Birchwood Casey Super Blue, and we're gonna get to work. As you can see, the head is drying right over there, and while we're waiting for that to do that, I'm going to put a coat of walnut stain from Birchwood Casey on our newly reprofiled handle. All right, so now that this is dried, we're going to rinse it and kind of give it a little bit of a light scrub to get some of the excess off there.
So this is a final product right here. A couple of coats of walnut stain and about 9 coats of blue. To be honest, I probably could have done a bit better on my prep work. There were a few sections that weren't completely stripped. So as this thing wears, I'll end up doing it again, but I like it. I think I'm gonna actually get a lot of good use out of this. I can feel the weight of the head a lot more with this shorter handle, and I think I can put it to good use. Taking down all the small shrubs and stuff you need to use a hatchet for. So, all right, thanks for watching. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Take it easy.